Okay, so I've talked about what bodily injury coverage is. In this video, I'm going to talk about the limits of liability for bodily injury. Now, like all coverages, bodily injury coverage has limits up to which the insurance company will pay. In other words, there is a maximum amount of money that the insurance company will pay for the medical expenses of people injured in an auto accident where the insured is at fault. For bodily injury, the maximum amounts the insurer will pay are called limits of liability. These limits are the most the insurer will pay when the insured is legally liable for the injuries suffered by other people in an auto accident. These limits of liability can be found in the declarations page of the policy. They are represented as two numbers separated by a slash. An example is $100,000 each person / $300,000 each accident. The first number means that the insured's bodily injury coverage will pay no more than $100,000 in medical expenses for each injured person. So this first number is the per person limit. The second number means that the insured's bodily injury coverage will pay no more than $300,000 in medical expenses resulting from a single accident. So this second number is the per accident limit and is also known as the aggregate limit. Aggregate here means the medical expenses of all injured people put together. Now, just to clarify how these limits work, I'm going to give you a few examples where your limits of liability for bodily injury coverage are 25/50. Let's say you crash your car into another car and the other driver has $30,000 in medical expenses as a result of this accident. Your insurance company pays up to your per person limit of $25,000. You have to come up with the other $5,000. Now, you may think your insurance company would pay the entire $30,000 because that amount is less than the $50,000 per accident limit. However, there was only one person injured in the other car, so your $25,000 per person limit is the only limit that applies. Now let's say there were two people injured in the other car when you crashed into it. One of these people has $20,000 in medical expenses, and the other has $10,000 in medical expenses. The grand total is $30,000. Your insurance company pays the entire amount because the medical expenses of each person are within the $25,000 per person limit for bodily injury, and the grand total is within the $50,000 per accident limit for bodily injury. Now let's say there were three people injured in the other car when you crashed into it. Each of these people has $20,000 in medical expenses. The grand total is $60,000. Now the medical expenses of each person in the other car are within the $25,000 per person limit for bodily injury. However, the grand total of $60,000 is more than the $50,000 per accident limit for bodily injury. You have to come up with the other $10,000. But what if you cause bodily injury to people in more than one other car? Your bodily injury coverage will treat this as a single accident, regardless of how many cars are involved. So let's say you crash your car into two other cars. Each driver of the other car has $20,000 in medical expenses from the accident. The grand total is $40,000. Your insurance company pays the entire amount. This is because the medical expenses of each person are within the $25,000 per person limit for bodily injury, and the grand total is within the $50,000 per accident limit for bodily injury. Now let's say you crash your car into two other cars. This time, both the other drivers are injured, along with a passenger in one of the other cars. Each of the other drivers has $10,000 in medical expenses from the accident. The passenger has $28,000 in medical expenses from the accident. The grand total is $48,000. Now the grand total is within the $50,000 per accident limit for bodily injury. Also, the medical expenses for each injured driver are within the $25,000 per person limit for bodily injury. However, the passenger's $28,000 in medical expenses is more than the $25,000 per person limit for bodily injury. You have to come up with the other $3,000. Alright, so I've talked about the limits of liability for bodily injury. In the next video, we'll be moving on to the next coverage for this course, uninsured/underinsured motorist bodily injury, also known as UM and UIM.